The New Orleans Pelicans are a very interesting team here in the NBA because most of their success relies on Zion Williamson and whether he's healthy or not. He's really only had one fully healthy season here in the NBA. With last season, he didn't play most of the season. He played about half the games. The year before, he played most of the season. And I've seen his rookie year, he only played about 30 games or so, and he also missed the entire season as well. So Zion Williamson isn't the most healthy player, but when he is out on the court, he is very dominant. So we will hope this season for all of basketball and for the Pelicans that Zion Williamson is able to play. Brandon Ingram is a very exciting young star here for the Pelicans. Very consistent. He does have some injury issues as well, but he's not as bad as Zion. CJ McCollum was a very interesting trade acquisition for the Pelicans a few years back. He's got a big contract on him, but he's still very productive in his work for the Pelicans. Valanciunas, I think is pretty solid center. However, I mean, there's always better options than Valanciunas, but you can't really complain about him. Trey Murphy was very exciting young player to watch for Pelicans last season. Herb Jones was very good defensively. Jose Alvarado off the bench. Larry Nance Jr. and Najee Marshall. They do have a very solid team, in my opinion. However, this isn't really enough to win an NBA championship. But the Pelicans will be very interesting to watch this season, and all relies on that man right there, Zion Williamson. So here's the lineup that will be rocking: CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Jonas Valanciunas. Then off the bench, we're going to have Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado, Larry Nance Jr., and Najee Marshall. Let's see what NBA 2K thinks of the Pelicans going into this season. I'll check in with you at the trade deadline. And there it is. Zion Williamson has been injured, left-handed fracture, out 4 to 6 weeks. Let's see what the Pelicans are able to do in his absence. Zion Williamson did make the All-Star game. We'll be checking out his player stats at the end of the season. At the trade deadline, we're currently 33 and 23, which is honestly better than I thought we were going to be. We are currently the fourth seed out in the Western Conference. Just one game back behind the Mavericks, a couple behind the Lakers, and 9 behind the Los Angeles Clippers. It's still anyone's games, though. As you can see, the Thunder are 30 and 24 and only 2 games behind us. Anything can really happen here, but we will see. If the Pelicans can continue the success going forward the rest of the season, I don't think they would be making any trades at this point. They're a pretty solid team, top to bottom, and we'll see what the Pelicans are able to do, and hopefully they're able to land a playoff spot. And there's the big blow. Zion Williamson is out for the rest of the season with a torn right ACL. Unfortunately for Zion Williamson, he just can't seem to stay healthy at all. It's a really unfortunate, in my opinion. Zion Williamson just always injured. He's always great on the court. We'll be checking out his play stats again when the season concludes. But Zion Williamson's biggest issue, and I think will be for the rest of his career, is whether he can stay healthy or not. As the season concludes, Ja Morant is your MVP. Victor Wembanyama wins Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year. Sengun, Most Improved Player. Not a single player is on an All-NBA team or an All-Defensive team, but that's what it is. We're checking out the player stats right now. Player stats in the 58 games that Zion Williamson did play, though, he did average 26 points, just shy of 11 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. That was a very good season for him. He shot 65% from the field, 33% from three, a career high in free throw percentage. Zion was obviously very dominant when he played, but he missed 24 games, which isn't crazy in my opinion. He still played the majority of the season, but he will be no help to us here in the postseason. Brandon Ingram, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Very good season for Ingram. He's always has to step up because Zion's out, but he's more of a fit as the secondary option. CJ McCollum, 17 points a game, 5 assists. So he was hoping for a little bit more scoring from CJ, but there's so much depth on the team, so it kind of makes sense. Valanciunas, 14 and 10. That's perfectly fine. Trey Murphy had 13 points a game this season for the Pelicans. Nance had 11 points, 6 rebounds a game in 22 minutes, so he was very productive in his time. Herb Jones only had 10, 3, and 2, but he also had 2 steals a game, but I know he's providing quality defense out there. Hawkins had 10 points a game in his rookie year. Alvarado had 8 points and 5 assists a game off the bench most of the season. Dyson Daniels got some playing time in. Marshall had 6 points a game, and Zeller didn't really play. But either way, the Pelicans are in the play-in game as we went 45 and 37. We are the 7th seed. We'll be taking on the Phoenix Suns in the first round. Honestly, I have no idea how the Phoenix Suns are here in the first round, especially with the line that they had. Beal, Booker, Okogie, Durant, Ayton. They still got Bol, Eric Gordon. I mean, it's a very good team, but we'll see what happens with some of the playing game. And we're going to end up winning the play-in game, meaning that we'll be taking on the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. The Lakers have D'Lo, Reeves, LeBron, Vanderbilt, Davis, Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Jalen Hood, Jackson Hayes. So the Lakers, I think, are better than us, especially too with us not having Zion Williamson on the roster. But we're going to simulate the round, see what happens. We still could win. You never know. It's 2K, but odds of you winning a playoff series without your best player on the roster isn't the best. And we are going to lose in 6 games to the Los Angeles Lakers, as expected. But you can't really complain. You took the Lakers to 6. Lakers did very good in the playoffs last season, but Zion's not playing. And again, Zion needs to be healthy for the team to succeed. I wish we could have seen what Zion would have done if he was healthy, but you never know. It's a big what if in NBA history, I guess. Similarly, the playoffs are going to have the Bucks and Grizzlies in the NBA Finals, and your Bucks are NBA champions. Giannis is your Finals MVP. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like and subscribe for future content. Pelicans are kind of stuck in this area right now, and honestly, they have to make a big decision whether they want to move forward and try and win a championship. Will they trade Zion Williamson or not? Let me know in the comment section.